looking through the some articles the other day, and I went to a political article the other day, or yesterday rather, and basically it's about Kamala Harris, who recently lost the election to Donald Trump about 3 weeks ago. Damn, by the way, I think it's been 3 weeks since the election. 3 weeks already. God darn, it goes fast, huh?
Yeah, you're not
That
seeing,
she's telling it. Say it again.
you're not seeing all those stupid commercials.
You don't miss it. You don't miss those.
And it was like time stopped.
Yeah, time did stop. But like look at the screen here. That Kamala Harris basically saying that she's keeping options open that she may actually run for president in 2028. I'll read a little bit of this article here. She's been laying low since defeating the presidential race, unwinding with family and senior aides in Hawaii for heading back to the nation's capital. But privately, the VP has been instructing advisors and allies to keep her options open, whether for a possible 2028 presidential run or even to run for governor in her home state of California in 2 years. As Harris has repeated in phone calls, I am staying in the fight. I want to explore those paths forward to family and members and people in the circle, all that good stuff. Um, she has more to come to the side, says one Harris aide there. Zach, your thoughts on the possibility of her, well, possibly her staying in politics, number one, and if so, she decides to run for president again, or maybe pivot to go run for governor in a state that she's probably fairly popular, I guess.
I don't think she would win the governorship.
You think so?
No, there's too
She has
many
she has
other
she, she has
Democrats.
she has name value in that state. I will say that the one thing that helps her in there, I think she's a better shot to win the governor race than the presidential race at this point. Given the two options.
Oh, of the two options, yeah, she's got zero chance at the U.S. But I think the reason why she's putting it out there that she's keeping her options open for politics is that's been her life for the last 20 years, basically.
Yeah.
Public office. Not actually working, but public office. So why she has no charisma, so she can't go on to TV or do a podcast to make money. What's
You
she
don't think
gonna do? No.
I mean, she could do TV, but here's a problem too, also too, as well. Linear TV now, and you're seeing now with these big networks now, but it's shut costs again. CNN, MSNBC is in fucking massive trouble. I don't know if you've seen the articles on that recently.
Yeah.
Comcast is selling off MSNBC. They're gonna do a massive overhaul, if not throw it away in the next couple months. Who knows? So that linear cable television for, like, typically if you are a president, well, as a politician in general, and you wanted to stay relevant, you would go do the TV circuit and do The View or all these shows. But these shows don't have the same pull as they used to, and these stations are not going to want to pay these people top dollar in the way they would have, say, 15 years ago or beyond. So, to your point, unless you're doing the podcast circuit, and I don't see Kamala Harris having an appeal
No.
to people on a podcast circuit. Like Donald Trump could do it because Donald Trump is charismatic. Even Barack Obama could pull it off because Barack Obama has a certain charisma to him. You need
Yeah,
charisma.
they're both charismatic and they both like to talk.
Yeah.
She doesn't even know how to speak without being able to read off the screen.
Yeah, she's robotic. Unless you're gonna be authentic to yourself, authentic, you're not gonna pull it off, and people see that shit. You know, so I think her best bet, if she's gonna stay in politics and run for office, better shot winning the governor's race in California, where she still has name recognition than the presidential race. I think. I don't know what the Democrats do going forward, and you and I obviously discuss a lot in our off air a lot about the future of the party and whatnot. And you obviously are a Democrat socialist, right? I'm mistaken,
Yeah.
right? I've also defended you on this too. Also, I think Democrats need to pivot off the corporate bullshit, move to a more populist message, which obviously resonated in this election for Donald Trump and whatnot, and get back to working for the people and less about the corporations and stuff.
No, absolutely.
And Kamala Harris,
she's just not a candidate for that. So
no, she was far left years ago, but now she goes where the wind blows.
She wasn't even far left back then.
Right.
That's why she couldn't get a vote.
Well, my problem with her too, also back then, and it played out here in this election too, to some degree, is that she just came off as unauthentic, and even if she wanted to be her true self, she couldn't because she was being told what to say, how to say it. The fact that she wouldn't go on podcasts, look, her not going on Joe Rogan, obviously it wouldn't have done anything anyway. But the fact she didn't want to go on Joe Rogan and she wanted to do only an hour and she wanted to be edited, no, stop, no. People see this bullshit now, man. Times have changed, man. and the Democratic Party needs to get with that. You know, Donald Trump pivoted. Say about Donald Trump, man, but Donald Trump pivoted, and Donald Trump embraced the market where it was. He did. He did every podcast imaginable, and it worked to his advantage.
Yeah.
You know, whether you love him or hate him, I mean, that's the bottom line. But I look at this list also too of there was a poll about a week ago came out, and basically said if the 2028 primary Democratic presidential primary were held today, for whom would you vote for? Kamala got 41% of the vote. Gavin Newsom 8%. Josh Shapiro 7%. Pete Buttigieg 6%. Tim Walz 6% as well too. AOC at 4%. Gretchen Whitmore at 3%. So on, so on, so on. I don't know, man. They need. I don't see Harris running for president in 4 years. I don't see it.
Real quick,
Go ahead.
do you really believe Democrats would vote Harris over Newsom?
No,
Yeah, exactly. That's why I know that poll is just
I
straight
agree.
bullshit.
I agree. I think it's more bias. Or that poll is more, you know, what the word they use for it is like so recency bias. Call it. Like
Yeah.
we just saw Kamala, but as things shape out in the next couple of years for the Democratic Party, um, we'll see. I just don't think she's a part of the top of the ticket anymore for the party.
No, I
I
don't
think
think
this
she's
is
a part of a ticket.
and I think depending on where the party if the party starts to pivot, which they should pivot anyway from the Obamas, Biden, Clinton regime. I think if this election taught us anything is that whole regime is done. That doesn't work anymore. Okay, you got to pivot. Kamala Harris, unfortunately, is guilty by association because she's a VP to Joe Biden for 4 years. She's associated with that. So you got to pivot off of that. The question is going to be now: does the party recognize that going forward and start embracing more populist candidates? That's the question.
In the first 2 years, no. By 4 years from now, for the next presidential, I think they will change. I think the message will sound completely different than what we were just hearing.
And if it does, they win in 2028 because these voters
Yeah.
are gettable voters. There's a lot of Democrats that voted for Trump.
I really believe for 2026, what you're going to see is Democrats saying, see how bad prices skyrocketed? Did you like seeing your friends lose their family members in the deportation? I think that's what they'll be pointing to. They
Yeah,
won't even be realizing that they still need to pivot and change the message. They'll just be pointing out what's happened in the last 2 years.
yeah, very possible, very possible that happens. But we'll see. I mean, like I said, we'll know more where they go, the direction of the party in 2 years, what after the midterms. Because I mean,
That's,
look, the Democrats are unlikely to win the House back anyway, and because that's what happens with it's all cyclical.
yeah.
You know what I
And
mean?
what? They're 3 votes down right now, I think. 3 or 5
For the House,
votes.
yeah,
Yeah.
very few, and all those seats now they're up for grabs in 2 years. They're favored to win anyway. So unless Trump does a phenomenal job to where the point where it's too hard to fail, I don't see Democrats. I don't see Republicans holding the House in 2 years. But I could be wrong. Democrats have fucked them before, fucked them this year. Do it again. Anything's in play. So anyway, Zach,